Antisocial experience number 176.
176.
176. Nick?
Jimmy.
Jim.
James.
Back after a short break, people. We had to do it.
Yeah, it was mental health week at my residence.
Not only that, man. I think I just think there come certain points where like you can miss a day and it's okay. You can miss an episode and that's fine.
Yeah. Okay.
Doesn't matter, man.
I think I got this to work.
That's fine. I got it.
You already have it?
Yeah, I got it.
Oh, you son of a bitch. Dude, I worked so hard for that.
Send it anyhow. I need it.
I did, because
need it.
I did everything I could not to make a fucking sound there, and then you just go ahead and do that to me. You son of a bitch.
Techno wizard, man.
Yeah.
Anyhow, it's just a game. We're gonna get to that topic in a bit. I want to start out. Google. There's a thing that Google. There was a 0-day exploit with Google Chrome. So basically, it's something that was shared publicly before Google caught wind of it, like an exploit with Chrome browser on their on Windows, Mac, and Linux. Now I don't know about mobile operating systems like iOS, Android,
right,
or iPad OS, any of that, but I do know it's there. What you can do will take a minute. Let me pop up a new Chrome tab that I can bring over and show you actually what you can do as soon as I find my mouse. We'll get a new Chrome tab. Pull that out. Hopefully this don't crash the whole system. All right, so we're looking at Chrome here. What you can do to check for this exploit is go to your 3 dots in Chrome and then go to Help and About Google Chrome, and we'll see if mine's up to date.
See, I would have just went to Help right away.
So that Google Chrome is up to date, but you want to check that your version's 91.0.4472.164. If that is your version, you are up to date and patched against this exploit that they had. If your version's lower than that, go ahead and there will be a button here probably to update or relaunch. I'm not sure exactly what the button says, but do that just to get that out of the way.
I'm just going to go ahead and chime in here, and I'm going to say I don't even know what the fuck you're talking about.
Well, it's an exploit in Chrome that, it's
What's an exploit? Just
basically
break it down for
a vulnerability.
Okay.
And they issued
So there's a breach in a wall.
Yes.
Okay.
A big breach.
Okay.
That it was a breach that was shared publicly before Google even knew about it.
Okay. No,
basically
a
0-day exploit.
All
so
right.
yeah.
Now the gears are turning.
Go update your Chrome. Check on it at least if you're using it on a Mac, Windows, or Linux. We covered a little bit of the technology on this show.
You do. I kind of just chime in with dumb shit, but yeah, you do a good job of it.
That's all right, man.
No, it is. It is. It's got to be.
And I wanted to talk about this last week, but since we took a break last week, I guess those topics can kind of roll over till today.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I saw people talk about it online, and there was a recent news story. I don't know how recent, but on the Dr. Phil show, there was a lady that had put a lot of money. She saw these guys. I forget her story, but these guys had this money that had been dyed white, and they needed all this money to buy chemicals to wash the dye off the money, and that was their scam. Basically, it was just white paper.
Yeah.
And Dr. Phil showed the lady, explained he dipped the white paper size printer paper bills in this solution, and it didn't wash off. It just stayed white and it ripped apart. And then he dipped real money in the solution and tugged on the money like it doesn't rip. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Basically, Dr. Phil flexed 80 grand on this lady on the point, but her family and friends were there that were concerned because she fully bought into it, and they probably did have a doctored bill. Okay, that when they scammed this lady out of her money, they probably had one that had some type of paint, something on it, and when they dipped it in whatever chemical solution, the white washed off of the $100 bill.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine, But
yeah.
just because somebody does that with one bill doesn't mean that their whole duffel bag full of white paper that they have with them is the same exact bills.
It's like the old trick with the wallet where you can you show them the 100, but it's really a 1 flipped on the inside. Like it's on Lords of Dogtown. He does it.
Right.
Yeah. It's just yeah.
Well, another guy fell for the same thing. He, I think this guy in California, he had his family's restaurant up for sale, and these guys wanted to buy it, but they had all this money that had been dyed white, and they needed $200,000 to get enough chemicals to wash this money. So this dude, like, basically put money into this.
Somebody connected?
Yeah, they had wined and dined. But these scammers had wined and dined. Gamer, you're connected.
Hey,
What's up? Who is this, Brandon?
Yeah, what's going on?
Hey, man, give me a sec to turn you up.
Oh,
where is he?
Let's see if I can.
Your audio may be kind of low, man. I'm going to turn you up, though. I just don't want to turn you up too high.
As if there's such a thing. It's too high.
All right. Let's see. Can we hear you now, Brandon?
Yeah, test.
Yeah, you're still a little low. I'm going to adjust your audio on this side. Don't worry about messing with anything.
I can do it on my side, too.
All
How
right.
about that?
Yeah.
Well,
That should be good, man. You can leave it there. I don't know if audience is going to hear you, but I'll boost it for the audio episode when it goes out later.
yeah.
Yeah, you're
Fine,
good.
yeah.
Can you hear him?
Okay.
I can now, yeah.
Yeah, I can hear you. We can hear you, bud.
All right, cool.
Do you know anything about this scam I'm speaking of, about the white money?
The white people. I haven't seen the full Dr. Phil episode, but I've seen clips of it, and
Yeah, the lady bought a bunch of white money that needed chemicals to wash the white off, and it would be $100 bills. That's an old Dr. Phil episode, but the more recent one, the fact that it happened again publicly, these scammers took this guy out to nice restaurants, like wined and dined him for a bit, gained his trust, and they're like, look, we got all this money, but the problem is it's dyed white.
Right, but do you think that show's even real? Like, Dr. Phil isn't a real fucking doctor?
I'm not talking about Dr. Phil, I'm talking about this other guy in California that it happened to. Like, this was a member of the public that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he put $200,000 into these scammers to get the chemicals, and they never came back. Obviously, they never came back.
Okay, risk, reward or not, you know? I mean, you gamble, you lose. You gamble, you win.
And
you know?
again, they showed him like a couple doctored bills that they washed off, all right? They washed this money in this solution, like,
Well,
yeah,
yeah.
but we need to get more of the chemicals to wash the rest, this whole duffel bag full that they had with them. And they took and left the duffel bag full of white money there and everything.
No, not happening, man. Not happening. If you don't see that's a scam right off the get-go, then you're the asshole, right? I don't care. Like I would not, as soon as they're leaving that whole duffel bag, come on. Seriously.
Yeah.
For a couple hundred in chemicals, come on, dude.
If you were the
Come
scammer,
on.
would you want to leave it there as a sign of faith? You'd be like, look, I can't leave all this here.
No.
I'll leave some of it,
Some. You wouldn't leave the whole thing.
and I'm going to take the majority of it with me.
Come on,
till
dude.
these checks clear.
Yeah.
What do you think, Brandon? Would you fall for the white money scam?
No, well, if I didn't hear about it before, I don't think so. I mean, yeah.
When anybody's ever willing to overpay you for anything, it's a scam. Nobody's ever going to overpay you for anything.
They weren't trying to overpay. They were trying to give him what he wanted.
I understand that, but when they leave the duffel bag full there for a couple hundred in chemicals, they're overpaying him in a sense. Like they're leaving more collateral than he is given. You know what I'm saying?
100,000.
That's what I'm saying. There's more collateral there than like it doesn't equal out.
No.
So like that's what I'm saying. When you no.
Yeah. So Brandon, if you or anybody you know is approached by guys that have this white money that they need chemicals to wash it off, don't fall for the scam.
And
all
if
right?
it's black money that they have chemicals to wash it off, or purple money, or green money, or blue money, just don't fall for it.
It was probably stolen from a bank, and there was a dye pack that went off.
Oh yeah. What
Yeah,
colors are the dye
it's
packs? Are they black? Is that black ink that goes off?
I don't know if it's black or green. It's some absurd color. Like
Yeah,
pink
like-
or
I thought it was
green.
green or blue.
Oh, it's green or blue? Okay.
I thought that's what I think.
Okay,
I mean,
okay.
I'm probably
That's
not
interesting.
right about that, but-
All right, yeah, that's interesting. I never did think about like
Now
what
we
color.
know what Brandon does when he's not connecting to the show. He's out robbing banks.
Yeah, probably on horseback with a handkerchief on his face and a 6-shooter.
That'd be the way to do it.
Yeah, dude, nobody's expecting it. It'd be like robbing a train now. Do you think
Oh,
anybody's even
wow,
going to try to? Nobody's
wow.
expecting you to rob a train at this point, especially on horseback. Like I think it's the perfect scam at this point. Like it really is. Nobody expects
wow.
it.
Don't
You
go
probably get
robbing
away
nothing.
with
It's
it,
against the
too.
law,
You
Brandon.
can definitely get away with it. That's what the horse is for, man. You know? Yeah, it makes sense.
all serious folks, we're not encouraging anybody to commit any crimes.
No, but you
I
can
am.
definitely ride a horse.
Yes.
Wherever you like.
So just the fact that...
No.
Go ahead.
I said no, I'm really not.
Okay. All right. Not a bank robber. That's good to know, man.
Do you have a horse?
No.
No, me either, man. Me either. All right, go ahead. No, what were you saying?
Here's the thing that shocks me, okay?
All right.
You gotta feel bad in the producers of this show that covered this guy in California that fell for the same scam that was aired on national TV on Dr. Phil. They pretty much did everything but called him an idiot. Like they did everything but say this guy's an idiot.
Well, listen, so one time I had an ex-girlfriend. Her dad wanted to sell these tables, okay? So I listed these tables on Craigslist. Okay, this guy replies 2 days later. He's like, listen, I'm going to send some guys. And he's like, I'm going to send you the money, but I'm going to pay you the money to pay these guys with it too. But I need you to cash this check. And I'm like, it's a scam, it's a scam, it's a scam, it's a scam. But her dad didn't believe me, so he takes it to the bank. And I'm going, it's a scam, it's a scam, it's a scam. So he finally waits like 2 weeks for it to clear. And he goes, Jim, that was a scam. I said, really?
You didn't see that one coming.
Yeah, I said, really? I said, why would he have you pay his guys? I'm like, that makes no sense.
It's money laundering right there.
Mm-hmm. You're not even good. Probably like cheap detergent. No dryer sheets. Weak stuff.
Oh my.
No fabric softener. They just really scope out on you anymore.
Weak.
It is weak sauce.
But this guy falling, like, just the fact, like,
It's his own dumb fault.
it was nationally covered on national TV.
I don't even feel bad for him.
No.
No.
And he was like talking to the news, like, I feel bad that anybody else out there could fall for something like this. And it's like, could they?
Yeah.
Like, how did you?
Yeah.
Oh.
I smoked a joint before we talked about this, and I still wouldn't fall for it. So, like,
Right.
you know what I mean? Like, and like prove it. But anyway, there's just no way that you can, no, when that collateral is outweighing what you gave, like something's wrong.
Yeah.
And that's all I'm saying. That's clue number one, man. Clue number one.
It,
Weren't you saying, what were you telling me about before about this fucking, I want to know about this Mario game.
oh, okay. Yeah, we're
Yeah.
moving right on to
Alright,
that.
yeah,
Because
I wanna
talking
know.
of scams, okay, video games, a good
Mhm.
pastime, good hobby.
Yeah.
What type of price tag would you put on nostalgia?
It could go anywhere, man.
Right. Because
And
that
which game?
and which game?
Or-
It's funny enough, talking about games, this guy streams games to YouTube. Brandon does.
Yeah.
So does my brother, too.
I have a bunch of. Yeah.
Bunch
I
of
have
them.
some gameplay on my. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of which, I need you to see my brother's computer. He games on a computer now.
All right.
Dude, you should see it. It's nice.
I
You got
will.
yourself a nice
I'll
PC.
check it out.
Yeah, you should.
But no, what price tag do you put on nostalgia? It depends, because some people that have money, they'll pay whatever it takes to get that feeling from childhood or their best teenage years.
So I just spoke with this story last night to my buddy Abe's girlfriend. She's into robots, like 50 style Lost in Space, yada yada robots. Had this
Oh,
robot,
nice.
and like had a bunch of tin robots and stuff in their house, but she had a robot tattoo on the back of her leg. So I was like, oh, check it out. I got my robot, and we started talking. So back in 2011, my dad, we dug out my grandmother's stuff because she went to the home, whatever. My dad had this toy robot from when he was a kid. It was still in the box. It was a tin robot, but the chest flipped open, and it walked, and these guns came out of the chest, and lights lit up in it. A guy from Brazil paid me $1,500 for this, and then $300 to ship it to Brazil.
Damn.
But that's how bad he wanted it. He's like, I had this when I was a kid, and I have to have this.
Oh.
But $1,500, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, toys are valuable. I mean, if
New toys are valuable. You got to know which ones to get.
well, I had the old school, the big Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle figures that
Oh, yeah.
aren't around anymore. I had all four, and if I would have kept them, they would have been worth a hell of a lot of money.
Oh, hell yeah, man.
Yeah.
Definitely some money.
Basically, everything we probably had as a kid, Nick, is worth money. You and I from the 80s. And
Dude, I wish I had all my metal Transformers.
I just sold literally my last 6 vintage Star Wars figures. They were beat to hell, whatever. I sold them for $195. 6 figures without
Money,
the
man.
accessories. Like, Please.
You got to get that money. Just make sure it ain't white or any other color.
No, it was greenbacks.
Ah,
But
so,
like, yeah, like nostalgia, it just depends on who the buyer is and how much it means to them.
see, here's where I would go with it. Obviously, I want that little Suzuki 50 that I had as a kid.
Right.
And I would pay a good couple $100, probably upwards of $1,000 for a complete one that ran and in good condition, right?
Okay.
But if you could get me the exact one I had, I would pay a lot more for that. Not just the same model,
The same, your bike.
my bike.
Right.
If you could get me that, I'd pay a lot more for something
It'd be like
that.
my dad finding his original car that he wraps around 7 telephone poles.
Right. Yeah. That's where I'd be inclined to spend more money.
If I found my original car, I'd just kick the other fender in.
And tying this into our Mario game, okay?
Yeah.
Where I'm not going to pay a lot of money is for a game that is still shrink wrapped and sealed from when it was originally released and is never going to be played. Even if I am a game collector.
But what do you mean, even if you're a game collector? Because if you're a game collector, that's what you do.
Right, that's what you do.
Well, that's what you do.
1.5 million on a Super Mario
Hey,
64.
if you have it to do it, why wouldn't you?
Well, that's the thing. There had been sales of a couple 100,000 on games.
Absolutely.
But somebody showed up and was like, look, you guys are doing it wrong. And that's who paid this the 1.5 million on Super Mario 64.
Yeah, I believe every second
Which
of
is
it, dude.
insane.
Dude, my brother has tracked down, like I said, we have a combined, like, I get the Metal Gear figures, he gets the games, but, like, he's got, the die pack was blue.
Yeah, I just pulled the chat back up. I forgot it wasn't there.
What was I saying? I just lost it.
Oh, and my original Star Wars figures. She said, yeah, I know. I wish I had the metal Transformers and my original Star
Dude,
Wars.
the original Optimus Prime's worth probably upwards of $1,000. Yeah.
Yeah.
I straight nerd out, man. Sorry.
That's all right.
That's what I do.
But no, this copy of Super Mario 64, 1.5 million, I think.
Oh, yeah, the Metal Gear thing. Like, yeah, but, dude, he's paid, like, just for different copies sealed from different countries. Paid buku dollars for.
And they're never going to be played.
No, they sit in a case, man. That's what we do.
Damn.
Dude, think of all the Funko Pops I have. I have over almost 150 Funko Game of Thrones Funko Pops. What do? They sit there. Okay, but they're worth a lot of money. There's probably about 10 grand in Funko Pops there. But what do they really do? They sit there.
That's true. I mean, and I hate making this comparison. I'm not trying to insult anybody or make fun of anybody out there. But how are the Pops different than Beanie Babies?
Because they didn't have Game of Thrones Beanie Babies.
That's true.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
that could be a comeback for Beanie Babies.
Right. If they had like Beanie Babies that you could pull their heads off for like characters that lost their head in the show, that would be cool. You know? Was there glow in the dark Beanie Babies? Maybe there probably was.
And that's not the first time that's came up on this show. Do you remember like
I was just telling Abe about
Beanie
this
Baby
last night.
craze?
Yeah, we were talking about this last
how
night.
dumb was it?
I know. Were you telling me somebody like built up? Were you the one telling me about the guy who bought all these things for his like retirement?
Yeah.
Yeah, you were the one telling me. I was telling Abe this
that
last
was
night.
his
dude.
retirement?
Yeah, and then he was like, "So what's he doing with them now?" I'm like, "Well, probably has them in a box in his attic.
Yeah.
And they ain't worth shit."
I mean, people remortgaged their houses, sold other stuff they had to buy these. Like, people went bankrupt buying Beanie Babies.
Can I just hashtag your own damn fault? You know? Yeah.
Oh,
Another quiz was Tamagotchi. One of those.
Oh yeah, those
the
little pocket pet
poodle?
things.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I remember those. My sisters,
are those worth money?
they were high price.
You got one of those,
Yeah,
Brandon?
I wish I did, but I don't.
Oh, damn. I do remember him, too.
Yeah, because I kept calling them Yamaguchis, and that was like totally the wrong name for them.
Yeah. What
Yeah.
about Pet Rocks?
What about them?
How many you got?
6 in my pocket right now. So I had the same conversation last night. So there's people that do the stone healing and yada yada, like believe in that stuff, right? So I have these 6 rocks that I carry in my back pocket, but these 6 rocks are different because like 4 of these rocks were given to me by a friend, and then 2 of these rocks were a buddy that died. So like, I don't believe in magical powers by them or by any means, but like I also like keep them as like, I don't know, those people were with me.
Right.
within The Rock. And it's not like The Rock, you know, shut your mouth and know your role. Dwayne Johnson.
Okay, here's a personal little bit about the wacko that people sit and listen to on microphone or watch on the live stream. Something about this weirdo here. I'll put a little bit out there. I hate sharing about myself, but I'll do it. It's the worst thing in the world, but I'll do it for the show. I'm a person, I would literally, like I would say whatever. If somebody gave it to me, didn't matter what it was. Stupidest thing. I would save it from childhood, as a teenager, there's even some stuff like in my 20s that I saved. And at a certain point, I'm just like, I started looking back on some of this stuff and I'm just like, damn, I have no clue where this came from. I didn't throw this stuff out, but I figure best case scenario, it's a puzzle for later in life. When I'm sitting there with nothing to do, I can figure out who gave me this and when.
Unless you have dementia.
Right, and then I'm kind of screwed.
Yeah. But I do that same thing because like gifts and stuff, like, or like somebody shows up with somebody bought me a pop, somebody did this or that for me. I like, even if I'm selling every last part of that collection, I won't get rid of that.
You'll keep that
Yeah.
one. Yeah, I mean, that's a good way to be.
Yeah,
You know, just,
I don't know. They took the time and thought about me with that specific item. So like, you know what I mean? Like that's different to me.
and then there's other dumb things that I've kept throughout the years that it's just like, you know, the little stupid puzzles, like they're in a clear cube and you tilt it to get balls into the cups or through the maze or whatever, those little stupid my dad got me a couple of those when I was little, and I still have them. Like, I know where those came from, obviously.
Because that's why you still have them.
Right. But other than that, it would just be junk that I would toss.
Right. But it has sentimental value.
Yeah.
And that's where you go to like nostalgia or sentimental value or like, you know, what is the price on that?
Again, if I lost that, though, I really wouldn't pay much money for another one. But if that was the one,
Yeah.
I would pay for that.
That's what I
For
mean.
sure.
Or if there was like another article of something that it was your dad's or something, like, you know what I mean,
yeah.
that showed up, like you'd probably pay buku bucks for it. I would.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah, man. For
Yeah.
sure. Yeah, when people... And I don't know. I mean... How do the two coincide with each other? Where does nostalgia turn into sentimental? They got to share the same playing field.
They do in a sense, but sentimental, I would say, like, nostalgia takes you to a place. Sentimental is like
More meaningful?
more meaning. Yeah,
It's like
more
connected
personal.
to family or
Yeah,
friends and stuff like
Exactly. Good call.
It's more of a
Brandon.
connection to a person.
Yes. Yes.
The
As the word
nostalgia could be
nostalgia
memories.
takes you back
Okay.
to your childhood or takes you back to that time where fucking whatever happened, you know?
Okay, two sports played on the same field.
Yes.
I'll accept that definition.
That's fine. But different sports at that.
Right.
that. Yeah,
Right.
It's soccer and lacrosse. Isn't it?
Oh, soccer and football?
Oh, no,
It's football across the pond.
No, it's soccer and lacrosse because they kind of play on the same type of field.
Oh, yeah, they do.
and they have nets.
Yeah.
You know?
I was talking same sport, different name.
Lacrosse has the things.
The rackets.
Yeah, yeah. So you know what I mean? It's kind of the same but
Dude,
different.
that's a brutal game.
Yeah, I know, dude. Those guys are hardcore, and those ladies are hardcore too.
Million
I
years.
shouldn't say just those guys because ladies.
Million years.
No way, man. Dude, we walked up this hill in Pittsburgh last night, and I looked at Abe, and I'm like, "Are you trying to kill me? Like, are you literally trying to kill me?" He took me to get pizza, and we're walking down this hill, and I'm like, "Oh my god, we have to fucking walk back up it." And he's like, "Well, yeah, dude." He's like, "My house doesn't follow me, you know." Like, I'm like, "Shit," and it was a steep
Did you
hill.
tell him we don't have hills like that in nowhere, PA?
Yeah, and I did say, I'm like, "You doing what we do have?" And he's like, "What?" And I'm like, "Stars." I'm like, "You can't see shit here."
No doubt.
But no, man, they were in a nice neighborhood in Pittsburgh though, like a nicer neighborhood. You know what I mean? And it's actually funny because I was like, "What address are you at?" And the Filthy Lowdown has a song called 308. Well, his address was 308.
Oh, boy.
And I was like, "Wait a minute."
Doxing people.
I was like, "Wait a minute, was that the same? Like, did you write that song about that house?" And he's like, "Yeah, man, check it out." I was like, "I'll be damned." So, I learned something new yesterday.
So, scams and collecting. I don't know how they go together. Probably don't.
Oh, they do. You can definitely scam collectors, or collectors can scam other collectors. I got scammed by a collector once.
So did I. Not by a collector. I got scammed trying to collect.
Well, I got scammed by. We were trading, and he didn't send all what he was supposed to send, and then blocked me on Facebook and everything.
I'm still waiting on a record from Canada from the 90s when I ordered it. I know it ain't coming, but I'm...
No. But you look in the mail every day. I'm waiting on a record right now, dude, anxiously. But my record... Oh, I forgot to tell you. I'll have to show you. I'll show you when we're done here.
After the show?
Yeah.
Got it.
Scooter sent me a couple pictures. It's pretty cool.
What do you collect anything, Brandon, nowadays? Or not so much?
No, really. I have a couple of things that I have collected that I'm keeping, like game systems and some games. I have
Like retro game consoles, like the GameCube,
Yeah,
64, the older stuff?
Well, I have 2 Nintendos, the original gray Nintendo and a black Nintendo, and I have a Sega Genesis.
All this stuff works?
Yeah, it would work.
Damn, man, nice.
It's
I
in
know that
storage,
also.
but it would work, yeah.
Dude, that's awesome. I didn't know you had like consoles like that.
And
That's
the
badass.
original, the original Toe Jam and Old game, I have that.
That's
in
worth some
its
loot,
case.
man. Yeah, that's worth some money.
It's a good game too.
Yes, it is.
Yeah,
That's a good
it's-
game.
I just sold my original Super Nintendo like a few months back.
I still have mine.
I sold mine to buy screen printing equipment.
Do they pull money in if they work?
I sold mine with I had like a Link to the Past. I had some good games with it. I sold it to a buddy. I think I sold it to him for like $140.
Dang,
But like I gave him a deal.
dang.
But he's bought a bunch of stuff off me. So I was like, dude, since you bought so much shit off me and you're taking this, like, and he drove from Du Bois to get it. So like, obviously I usually knock $20 off for him coming to me from Du Bois. Like that's a far fucking drive.
Right, right.
It saves me time. And my time costs money.
Anyhow, gonna start wrapping up.
Yeah.
Thank you to the people in the chat. Pearl May joining up, Brandon jumping on the actual live feed. And this is something that we do weekly. We
Try
don't-
to,
Yeah,
yeah.
we try to. We don't always have the live connection up, but the only time we actually shut it down, I think, is when we bring somebody on for an interview. That's when we shut it down because we don't want people mobbing on there if they happen to have an audience or whatever. It wouldn't make for a good interview. Other than that, the live feed that you hear Brandon on is open weekly. It's always in the description. Sometimes if the description don't update properly, you get a wrong link. Check Facebook, check YouTube. Usually one will update it, but they both don't. Or if one doesn't update properly, the other one usually does. But that was just a fluke that day. I don't know what happened. We really
Yeah,
tried.
but whatever. It's
Any
okay.
closing words, Brandon?
No, it's all good. Yeah, you guys are cool. I'll try to come on more often. And
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Come on, if you
Well-
got words to speak about what we're talking about or stories that fit in with it, we're glad to
Yeah,
have it. We always like input.
Yeah, and thanks for stopping in.
We like interaction with anybody that listens or watches. Thank you.
no problem.
But yeah, so
Alright.
I guess until next Sunday.
Oh no, we're almost done, man. I'm gonna need a hand later.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I got this big bag of money. I gotta clean it off.
I 200. You give me $200 and I'll get the chemicals.
Really?
Yeah.
All right, that's a good deal, dude.
Yeah.
I'll do it.
And I'll be right back.
All right, that being said, we're going to get out of here, people. Again, thank you for joining us. Coming up on Wednesday, I don't know if we'll have the full cast and crew behind us.
Thank you. We try.
Yes, thank you, Pearl May. We tried to entertain, tried to
I'm
do
exhausted.
something.
I just got back from Pittsburgh too, so we pulled this off like in due time.
Yeah. Wednesday, supposed to have an interview on.
Do you know what time?
It's going to be, I'm going to try and do it around 2, either 2:30 p.m.
I can be
our
here.
time. We're in different time zones, so I got to work that out with them.
Okay. Well, let me know because I can fly straight here after work.
Yeah, I want to get it set up. And this guy, I don't know, excuse me, I don't know the full story yet, but I want to find out more about it. That's why I'm bringing him on. I don't know if it's a whole one-man band success story.
Yeah.
It seems like it. So I'm really pulling for I hope it is because I love stuff like that.
I know. That's why I want to get Chuck fucking the fucks on here too, like the entire band.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, because that's a semi-success story there itself.
That's coming up Wednesday. The Clean Feed link will not be open for that because it is an interview. But yes, stop back on Wednesday.
Yeah, and then
Come check us out live again.
Sunday again too. Then right?
Correct.
All right, man. We'll be right back.
All right, Brandon. We'll talk to you later, bud.
All right. See you later, man.
Later, man.
Bye.
And that being said, Henry.
We'll be right back.
Henry.